I hope that you have nothing but good health, prosperity, and that you accomplish all the goals that you have going into the new year. I want to talk about growing on YouTube, all right? I have a very unhealthy relationship with the internet, and you might relate to it too. And these are things that they don't tell you about getting started on YouTube. You notice very quickly that when you get serious about it, it takes up a very large percentage of your day. It's a very competitive landscape trying to grow and create content. And you'll notice that taking days off as much as you would like to, you get punished for it sometimes, or you won't see the kind of results that you want. And it's something that I've kind of fallen into a cycle of always thinking about it, like every day. And I've spent so much time on the YouTube Studio app, it's actually unhealthy, even though my page is pretty small. And it's something I think about every day. I'm like, okay, how am I going to improve? How am I going to do better? How am I going to improve? Once you reach a certain milestone, that milestone becomes the past so quickly. I hit 100 subscribers last week, right? And I'm at 140 now. And that 100 subscribers, for a lot of people, it's easy, right? They hit their 100 subscribers and they're okay. But for me, it was something that I put in like daily uploads to achieve. And once I hit that, like I was so happy, you know what I'm saying? I'm celebrating. Yeah, I hit my 100, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy. And just soon after, I realized like it's not enough, right? That 100 now has to become 1,000 so that I can even qualify for monetization. And then that 1,000 has to be accompanied by 4K watch hours. And you look at something like that and you're like, dang, like, am I ever going to be happy doing this? Then you have to really ground yourself and realize, what do you really want to accomplish out of this? And I know for me, it's about spreading a positive message and inspiring and motivating people. But there are times where I look at it and I'm like, wow, like, it's very slow. And it's not the case for everybody, but I'm speaking to small YouTubers who may be feeling stuck in the process. Learn to really enjoy the journey. Stop looking up this like how to grow quick, how to get views, how to do all that. Because at the end of the day, if you sell yourself out trying to grow quickly, you're just going to regret it long term when the audience that you build doesn't even resonate with who you are or the message you're trying to push. You start to kind of associate the value of the content you put on based on the numbers you get. And I do think part of that is true in terms of actually like gaining traction. You want to make valuable content so people resonate with it. But it also narrows your perspective on what kind of content you want to put out, because you're always going to be constantly in this like state of, oh, I need to do this specific kind of content because I know that it'll perform a little bit better, even though that's not what you yourself may want. I've found myself in positions where I would prefer to just be creating content or editing videos or just doing YouTube stuff over spending time with other people or doing things. Like, I'm at a point I would rather be editing and recording than eating and sleeping. Like, I promise you, like if I have the choice between eating something, like making a meal that's going to take me like 30 minutes and then eating it, which might take another 15, 20, right? Like a 50-minute process, or sit down and just edit a video first, I will pick the video first at the expense of my own health. And that ties into the next point, like sleep. When you end up in a position, at least people who do daily uploads can relate to this. The cost of ambition is sacrifice. Some people, if they have a higher production value, it makes sense for them to take longer. But you and me, we're just starting out, all right? So we need to be putting out volume. We need to get the reps in. And sometimes you're going to get back and it's going to be late and you're going to realize like, oh, I haven't put up a video yet. So now you have to sit down late at night and edit that video and get it up, right? I think this extends more than just YouTube. I think this associates itself a lot with content creation and just creative outlets in general. Pay attention to your accomplishments, right? Once you hit that milestone, right, whether it's 100, 50, 10, 1,000, 100K, whatever, don't lose track of how you got there, right? Be grateful that you even got there in the first place. YouTube can feel a lot like gambling, especially when you're a small page or a small channel, because you'll put out the video and you'll get the 2 views, the 3, maybe if you do good, you'll get a couple hundred, right? And then you'll have the breakout video. And let me tell you something about the breakout video. The breakout video is a problem because now you're in this endless loop of like, okay, how can I do that again? And you start analyzing the video, and then you make another one, and it's like, oh, it's not performing the same as the last one. So then you make another one, and then that one does even worse. And you're like, oh man, like this is hopeless. That breakout video doesn't even have to be super viral either, right? Like if you're used to getting like 10, 20, 50, and then you start getting like couple hundred, like randomly, oh man, it's a good feeling because it shows you that it's possible, but it's a terrible feeling because you feel like there's a lot more pressure to try to recreate that and replicate it. If it's something you've always wanted to do, and it's something that I've always wanted to do it. You get one chance in a lot of cases and a lot of circumstances in your life. So you might as well take advantage, take that chance while you can, and see where it happens. Like, see where it takes you. You know what I mean? Like, it might work out for you. There's no reason why you shouldn't at least give it a chance, because one day it might pay off. But don't use YouTube as an excuse to make up for your poor life decisions. Don't believe that YouTube is going to save your life, all right? Establish yourself in your personal life too, right? I have a full-time job outside of this. This isn't just like, you know, oh, let me bank everything. Let me throw all my eggs in one basket. Like, no. No. You have to be responsible. You have to understand that YouTube is an outlet. And when you start treating it like a backup plan or an emergency, like get out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Like a get out of jail card. That's when it starts messing with you, when you start thinking, oh man, like I need it to go my way. There's a lot of variables that go into your success on the channel or on YouTube. And the main thing is having your video in front of the right person at the right time when they're in the right state of mind. There's a couple of reasons why people won't watch your video or finish it, right? Let's say it pops up on their feed before they go to work. They watch a little bit of it, but then they leave. They forget to rewatch it later. Maybe their favorite YouTuber posted at the same time. Like, don't use those metrics to validate your worth, right? Just keep doing what you got to do. Stay consistent. Be patient, especially be patient. Patience is very underrated in this game. And consistency. You're going to see some type of progress. Be happy with where you are, because when you look back, you're going to realize you've come a long way as opposed to how far you want to go with it. Somebody can relate to the message I'm saying today. Watch this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.